Before the universe existed, before time had a name, before light had ever shined, there was God. No stars, no oceans, no earth, only eternity. And in the silence of nothing, God spoke, "Let there be light." And the universe obeyed. Light burst through the darkness. Time began to move. Creation began to breathe. This is not a myth. This is not a legend. This is the beginning of everything. God separated light from darkness. Day, night, order replaced chaos. God stretched the heavens. The sky opened. The waters were divided. The world was forming. The seas moved back. Dry land rose. Trees grew. Flowers bloomed. Life covered the earth. The sun was placed in the sky. The moon followed. The stars filled the heavens. Time was marked. Fish filled the seas. Birds filled the sky. Creation sang. Animals walked the earth. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image." From dust, God formed Adam. He breathed into him, and man became alive. From Adam's side, God formed Eve, and God saw that it was very good. And the light did not flicker. It stretched across the emptiness. It filled the silent universe. The darkness retreated. It had no power here. God stood above all things, unshaken, eternal. And the heavens expanded. Stars were born. Galaxies spun into place. The earth was still forming, silent, waiting. Then God shaped the land. Mountains rose, valleys opened. The oceans moved back, and life prepared to awaken. The wind moved across the waters, a whisper of what was coming. Every tree grew with purpose. Every leaf reflected his design, and the earth was alive. And then God turned his gaze toward the earth, and he saw what was still missing. There was beauty, there was light, but there was no one to walk with him. So he reached into the dust and shaped it with his hands. The earth felt his touch, and the dust became flesh. He leaned close and breathed life, and the man opened his eyes. He stood beneath the sky, alive for the first time. God called him Adam, and Adam looked around at a world made for him. He walked through the garden where rivers flowed, and every tree was full of life. But God saw something still missing. It is not good for man to be alone, so God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and from his side he formed the woman, and Adam awakened and saw her, bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh, and they were one. They walked together, unashamed, free, and God walked with them. The air was filled with peace, until a voice came from the shadows. Did God really say? And doubt entered the heart of Eve. She looked at the fruit. It was beautiful, and it was forbidden, and she ate, and Adam followed. And in that moment, everything changed, and their eyes were opened, and they knew they were naked. So they hid from the presence of God. But God called out, "Where are you?" And the man answered, "I was afraid, and the ground was cursed. Pain entered the world. Death began its journey." But even then, God planted hope, a promise that the serpent would be crushed, and they left the garden, walking into a broken world. And generations passed. Sin grew. Two brothers stood before God. One was accepted, the other was angry, and Cain struck his brother, and the first blood touched the earth, and God heard it cry out, and the world became filled with violence. But one man still walked with God. Noah built an ark, and the skies opened, and the waters covered the earth, but the ark remained. And when the rain stopped, God placed a rainbow in the sky, and he promised never again. And the people gathered once more, and built a tower to reach the heavens, but God scattered them, and the nations were born. And God called one man, Abraham, "Leave your land, I will make you a great nation." And under the stars a promise was sealed, and through his family God's plan continued. And Joseph was betrayed, sold, forgotten, but God raised him up. What was meant for evil, God used for good, and from the dust to the promise. This was only the beginning.